In 1987, during excavation works beneath Bishan in Singapore, several night shift workers reported seeing something impossible moving through unfinished tunnels beneath the city. 4 men in traditional funeral clothing, carrying a coffin where no coffin should have been. At first, supervisors blamed exhaustion, but the sightings continued. And then, workers started disappearing from the tunnels. Long before Bishan became one of Singapore's busiest residential districts, the area was dominated by one of the largest Chinese cemeteries in the country. Peck San Theng held thousands of graves dating back generations. Entire hillsides were filled with tombs, incense altars, and funeral paths. When redevelopment began in the 1980s, many graves were relocated. But according to former workers, not all of them were moved properly. During excavation between Bishan and Novena, workers began reporting strange disturbances during overnight drilling operations. Tools went missing. Machinery shut down without explanation. Some claimed they heard funeral music echoing through unfinished service tunnels long after midnight. Others described the smell of incense appearing underground, where no incense had ever been burned. At approximately 2:13 a.m., one drilling operator claimed he saw 4 men emerging from a side tunnel that had not yet been excavated. The men carried a black coffin on their shoulders. None of them spoke. Their clothing resembled traditional funeral garments from decades earlier. The operator later said something disturbed him most. Their feet made no sound against the concrete. 3 nights after the first reported sighting, a Malaysian contract worker failed to return from a routine inspection inside a service passage. His flashlight was later discovered beside the tunnel wall, still switched on. But the worker himself was never officially accounted for in internal reports. Rumors spread quickly among the crews. Some believed the coffin bearers had taken him. Years later, a retired site supervisor allegedly described what happened during a private interview recorded by paranormal researchers. According to the recording, the sightings became impossible to dismiss. Multiple workers reported seeing the same procession moving through blocked sections of tunnel. Always 4 men, always the same coffin, always walking toward Bishan. One account described funeral chanting echoing from sections of tunnel that had already been sealed with concrete. Workers reportedly stopped using certain maintenance passages after midnight. Some refused to enter alone. Others carried religious charms hidden beneath their uniforms. And according to several urban legends, Taoist priests were quietly brought underground to perform cleansing rituals before construction resumed. Even today, stories continue to circulate among late-night MRT staff and passengers. Brief sightings in tunnel reflections. Shadowy figures near maintenance corridors. Funeral chanting heard through train windows between stations. Most dismiss these stories as exhaustion or imagination, but the legend has never completely disappeared. Among some maintenance crews, there is still an unofficial warning passed quietly between workers. If you hear chanting underground after midnight, do not investigate it. And if you ever see 4 men carrying a coffin through the tunnel, never follow them. Singapore was built rapidly, transforming cemeteries into roads, tunnels, stations, and housing estates within a single generation. Most people pass through Bishan every day without thinking about what once existed beneath it. But according to those who worked underground during construction, something else may still walk those tunnels after midnight, carrying a coffin toward a destination no living person was meant to see. Would you take the last train through Bishan alone?